episode of LAEF TV. I'm Carrie Loeb, LAEF's Executive Director. Today we have an awesome science lesson with Miss Melodie Fox, where you'll be doing some chemical experiments at home. So get ready to gather some basic household supplies and have some fun. Today's episode is sponsored by Bay Hardware on Main Street in Seal Beach. We thank them very much for their sponsorship and supporting our teacher in developing the lesson. All right, take it away, Miss Fox.
Hi, this is Melodie Fox, science teacher for LAEF. Welcome to LAEF TV. I bet when you think of science, you think of things that explode, or that ooze, or that foam all over the place. Well, today we're going to look at the science behind that. It's called a chemical reaction. Now, when you hear the word chemical, you might think of things that you can only find in a laboratory, but that's not true. Anything that is a gas, or a liquid, or a solid, anything that has matter, that's what that's called, is a chemical. And often when we put chemicals together, we can see a reaction. What's a reaction? Well, let's say, for example, your brother pushed you. Maybe he wasn't supposed to, maybe it was an accident, but then you pushed back. He did an action and you did a reaction. Or maybe mom said, "You gotta clean your room," and you went, "Oh no, mom." When mom told you to clean your room, that was an action, but your response was a reaction. Well, chemicals are the same way. Some of them, when they get together, have a very explosive or oozy or foamy reaction. We're going to look at the science behind that. So let's do an experiment right now. Now don't worry, I'm going to do this one, but you'll do one in just a minute. I'm going to take a glass of water and I'm going to add something to it. Let me get my glass here. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in this water. Water, because it's a liquid, it's a chemical. Salt, a solid, it's also a chemical. I'm just going to sprinkle some in there. Let's see, I'll give it a little bit of a stir. How about that? Let's see if we see any kind of a reaction. While the water's getting a little bit cloudy, I can't hear anything. I can smell some salt and I can smell some water. Ugh, salty water. That's no good. If I drink that, that'll give me a tummy ache. Well, the water's cloudy, but if we waited a long time, and sometimes reactions do take a long time, we might see that the water, once the salt is all mixed in, might start to clear up a little bit. Did we see much of a reaction there? No, we really didn't. Some chemicals, when they get together, there's not much of a reaction or no reaction at all. But others, when they get together, and lots of times we call those acids and bases, they do have quite a reaction. Now I'm going to let you do an experiment right now. But first you need some supplies. I'm going to tell you what those supplies are, and then we're going to give you a timeout, and you're going to go and collect them. Are you ready? To do this experiment, you definitely need an acid and you definitely need a base. We're going to use baking soda as our base today. Baking soda is something called alkaline, and when it gets with an acid, it reacts. So get some baking soda, and if you have a spoon handy, you're going to need a spoon too. We're also going to need an acid today, and we're going to use some vinegar. When a vinegar, which is an acid, mixes together with baking soda, which is a base, we're going to find out what that reaction is. You're also going to need a few other things. You're going to need a water bottle, because that's where we're going to put our vinegar. And you can see I marked a little line there, because we're not going to use very much vinegar today. So we have our water bottle, we have our base, which is baking soda, and we have our acid, which is vinegar. We need just a couple more things to make this fun. We need a funnel. If you have two, that'd be awesome, but you can use one if you have one. If you don't have a funnel around, then you'll need mom or dad to help you with this. You need also a balloon. Now I'm going to show you how to do this with a plastic baggie at home, just in case you don't have any balloons. But a balloon would make it really fun. You see how I took that balloon and I slid it on top of the funnel? We're going to do that. If you have two funnels, that's great because we can use one for our vinegar and one for our balloon. If you don't, we'll just have to make sure you clean out your funnel very nicely, okay? So we've got our base, baking soda. We've got our acid, vinegar. We've got a funnel and a balloon. Now what would be really fun is if you had a marker, because it'd be fun if we drew a little picture on our balloon. So if you have a marker pen, permanent would be the best. Let's pick that up as well. If you're using a baggie, I'll show you how to do that in just a little while. But you'll need some tape. Not the clear tape you use for wrapping a present, but some masking tape or something a little bit stronger. All right, we're going to take a time out while we look for those supplies. By the way, if you're looking for a balloon, a really good size is this 22 centimeter balloon. It's a little bit larger in the neck because we're going to be putting our base inside of our balloon. If you have a teeny tiny balloon, that's going to be a little bit difficult. Perfect size. All right, are you ready to take a time out so we can go find those supplies? Time out. And we're back. The first thing we're going to do with our balloon is I think it'd be fun to draw a little picture on a balloon. Now it's kind of hard to draw a picture on a balloon, whoops, when our balloon is not blown up. So, and you may need a little help for this. Remember, smaller balloons are harder, but this size is perfect because I can blow this one up real easy. You don't have to blow it up very big, but when you blow it up, and maybe mom or dad or brother or sister can help, twist it while you're holding it. That'll keep the air from coming out. Can you see that? Then when you're holding it, and I'm just going to take that and push it back with my finger, and I hold it tight. If you can't do that, mom and dad can help you out by holding it while you draw a nice little emoji face, okay? Now remember, this is the top of the balloon. You can tell because there's a little colored dot, and you don't want your face to be upside down. So I'm going to make a face. Let's see. I think I'm going to make some angry eyebrows. Can you see that? Crazy eyebrows. Let me give him a big nose. I'm going to put some eyelashes on him. Maybe I'll make him asleep. Yeah, I think I'm going to make him a little bit grumpy because he's had to stay in the house all day today. So there's my face. Now I'm going to be careful to let it go unless I want to have a little extra fun. It's going to go all around the room. That's another kind of reaction, isn't it? But I'm just going to go ahead and do it real easy because I want to keep my balloon here. Alright, so I'm going to stick Mr. Angry Face down there. And I'm going to use another one because I've got my balloon all set up. So you slide your balloon right inside of the funnel. Can you see the bottom of the funnel and the balloon? It almost holds there, but don't let it go because what we're going to put inside might fall all over. So be sure that you're holding it. This is where you're going to take your spoon and your baking soda and get a nice big spoonful. You don't need a whole lot. Yeah, but get a little tiny bit because that wasn't a very big spoonful. If it gets stuck on the funnel, you can give it inside the funnel. You can give it a little stir. Whatever you do, don't look inside of it and push your balloon, poof, or you'll get a big face full of baking soda, and that's not very pleasant. Okay, so you can clearly see all my baking soda went in the balloon. There it is. It's like a little pouch. Can you see it? So I'm going to go ahead and hold my balloon and pull my funnel off. Now, if you're going to use this funnel to do your vinegar, please clean it out because little bits of baking soda are in there. So rinse it out nice and clean. Okay, so there's my balloon. Now I'm going to set my balloon aside for right now. I'm going to come back to it. Be sure you don't spill your baking soda. Now I'm going to take my water bottle. Now this is just an old water bottle I had around. A bottle is a great tool to use for all kinds of experiments because it's thin and narrow. Because our reaction is going to create something and we want to trap it inside of this water bottle. Plus I can throw it away when I'm done. I don't even have to worry about it. Okay, so there's my bottle. I put a little mark on there, but lots of water bottles have lines or ridges. You just want about a fingertip worth of vinegar. So you're going to take a new funnel. I've got a nice clean one right here. And you're going to stick it on there. This is where you need some help because can you see how loose that funnel is? Somebody should hold the funnel and hold it on a table. Don't hold it up like I'm holding it up. I'm only holding it up so you can see it. And then you're going to take your vinegar and you're going to go ahead and pour vinegar in there, not too fast until it reaches the line. Now I've already set a water bottle aside with the vinegar ready for the experiment. So I'm going to take that out and now I have my water bottle with my vinegar and I have my balloon. This is where you are going to need a little bit of help. Someone is going to hold this for you. So find a volunteer. We'll take a time out while you do And the other one, you hopefully, are going to take the balloon and you're going to stretch it across the neck. Be careful, don't turn the balloon upside down yet. We don't want to mix our two chemicals together. Are you ready to go find a volunteer to help you? All right, let's take our time out. Are you ready? Time out. Okay, we're back. All right, so I have my water bottle, and you notice that I have vinegar going about up to that first line, just about a fingertip's worth of vinegar. There's my balloon. Can you see? I drew a little face on it. Yeah. Now do this on a table. Now, did you get some help stretching the balloon across the neck of the water bottle? Can you see how it's stretched down there nice and tight? We don't want to let any air get out of this water bottle because our chemical reaction is going to create something. And watch what happens when we mix our baking soda with our vinegar. Be sure that you are looking right at your face. You don't want to miss what happens with that beautiful face you drew on that balloon. Okay, here we go. As I lift it up, I'm going to make sure that all of that baking soda gets dumped inside of my water bottle. Look what's happening. Yes, my chemical reaction is creating a gas, and that gas is inflating my balloon. That's carbon dioxide. We just created a gas, and our chemical reaction made that gas, filling up our balloon because we trapped it inside of the balloon. Isn't that awesome? I love it. This is fun also if you have some plastic gloves. You could decorate the fingernails and draw watches and things and then watch your hand come alive. It's especially fun at Halloween time. Okay, let's try this again, but let's do it with a plastic baggie in case you don't have anything else at home. Now it's a little harder to draw a picture on a plastic baggie, so you may not be able to do that. But maybe you have a plastic baggie at home that already has a picture on it. Some have different patterns and pictures. We'll try that. Okay, let me put this aside and enjoy my project. Woo! While you're enjoying it, while I get a few more supplies. So let me take a time out while you're enjoying your chemical reaction. And we're back. Did you have fun showing that to Mom and Dad what happened? Look how long my balloon is lasting. That carbon dioxide is trapped inside of there. And until it slowly leaks out, we have a really cool balloon. Bling, bling, bling. Now, if you pull off that balloon, be careful. You don't want to spill vinegar, and there still might be a little bit of baking soda inside there. Do it outside, and watch your balloon shoot away. All right, you didn't have a balloon, and you're a little bit bummed, but that's okay. We're going to use a plastic baggie. So what we're going to do is we're going to seal up most of the plastic baggie all the way as much as we can until we leave a little enough room here that the water bottle, the neck of the water bottle will fit around it. Can you see that? The water bottle neck will just fit right around that. This is where you're going to need a little extra help from someone nearby because we're going to have to put some tape on there. Okay, so you took your you took your baggie and you added the same amount of baking soda, didn't you? There it is. I put a little piece of tape right on the end where I sealed it, but then I left this part open. Can you see my finger inside there? This is where I need some help from a friend or from Mom and Dad. I don't want to mix the two together too quickly, so I'm going to very carefully, with Mom or Dad's help, as they hold the bottle, or maybe you're holding the bottle and they're doing this part for you. I'm going to slip this baggie just over the neck of my bottle, and I'm going to add a little bit more tape because I don't want to let any of that carbon dioxide out. So I'm going to take some tape and I'm just going to tape it around the neck here, trying to get it sealed as best I can. Be careful not to mix the two. This is why you need some help from Mom and Dad at this point. All right, I'm wrapping that around there, getting it nice and tight. Don't want to let any of that carbon dioxide out. And you might say, what is carbon dioxide? Where did that gas come from? Well, when we breathe oxygen, and that's gas that's in the air, we can't hold that in forever. We breathe out. Did you know when you breathe out carbon dioxide? Yeah. All right, I think I got it tight enough. Are we ready to try and see how well this works? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and dump as much as I can in there. Wow, whoa, yes it is. It's inflating the bag. Yeah, and if you got a tight connection, your baggie will stay inflated for quite a while. If you didn't get it so tight, it won't last as long. That's kind of neat, isn't it? Our little homemade balloon. And look at our chemical reaction. That fizziness is releasing gases. Yeah. Well, we're not done yet. Gotta play a game. What's a lesson without a game? First though, I'm getting hungry. I think I need a little snack. One of my favorite snacks, peanut butter sandwiches. And I love bread. But you know, there's something interesting about this bread. Can you see there's these little teeny tiny little pockets and holes all over my bread? Yes, they come from a chemical reaction. Did you know that chemical reactions are very important? Without them, we couldn't enjoy wonderful things like cakes and breads. That's where the fluffiness comes from. Because as the gas is released, it's released into the bread. While it's cooking, we get all those wonderful fluffiness and holes. Yeah. Maybe you have someplace in your house a box cake mix. Well, I think I have one right here. There it is. Did you know that inside of this box mix is a base? Yes, baking soda is inside here. Breads also use something called yeast, which will create a similar reaction. When you add them, and then we're going to be adding some acids also to this as we mix this together, and some acids are also in the box cake mix, there's going to be a reaction as they cook in the oven. And we're going to get our fluffy bread, if we're using yeast, or we might get crackers, or we might get cake when we're using things like baking soda. So you might want to take a time out and say, Mom, do we have any box cake mix? Miss Fox said it's a science experiment. Gotta make it right away. All right, take a minute to see if you can find a box cake mix. If you don't, maybe, as scientific research, you could find a nice recipe online that Mom can use flour, baking soda, eggs, and milk, and make a cake from scratch. All right, we're going to take a time out, see if you can find a box cake mix, and be sure to look on the back to make sure you have the rest of the ingredients it might need. This one calls for some eggs and some water and some oil. If you don't, maybe it's time to do some research, but we'll take a time out so you can look for that. And we're back. Did you find a box cake mix? Did you get a chance to mix it up and put it in the oven while you're going to play this fun game that I call Action Reaction? Did you get a chance to look online to see if you could find a recipe so Mom can at least make something delicious while you're playing this game? Maybe you have some spare cupcakes someplace around your house. I always like to keep a few spare cupcakes around my house. Well, let me tell you how to play the game. Now, this game can be played with almost anything you can find around the house that's straight like a stick. And I often have sticks around the house. These sticks are used for skewering meat when you barbecue. Maybe you have some. Be careful, there's a sharp, pointy end if you do. These make great sticks for action reaction. Maybe you don't have that, but I bet you do have this. A Q-tip, soft tips. You can use these in a pinch. And here's how you play the game. Let's say you have a table. That's the best place to play it. Especially if you have a table where you can get down on the ground and you can get very close to the table, like a coffee table. It's better if you don't have a place where there's lots of chairs or you have to move around, because this game is called Action Reaction. And whatever action you might do might cause a reaction and cause you to lose the game. So I'm going to use this box for my table. Let's say this is my table. And there are my Q-tips. So I'm going to start with a Q-tip game. And what I'm just going to do is, if I'm using Q-tips, I'm just going to hold them slightly above my table and drop them. When they drop in a pattern on top of each other. Taking turns with you or a friend, carefully see if you can pick up one of the Q-tips without causing any of the other Q-tips to move. If the Q-tips moved, you've got to put it back. If you were able to pick one up very gently, very carefully, you get to keep that one, and that's 1 point. Take turns to see who can win the game. All right, if you don't have Q-tips, or you do have sticks, the sticks are even better. You can take your sticks, and as you hold your sticks, Pointy side up, remember, make sure all the points are up. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter if you have the points down, but they're just spiky, and I'd like you to keep those spikes away from you if you can help it. All right, there's my sticks. You hold them in a big bundle. Now, you don't have to lift them up off the table because you don't want them to spill all around. You want to put them flat like that on the table. Can you see that this would be my table, and this is how I'm holding the sticks? And then you simply let go of them. When you let go of them, they're all going to fall on top of one another, and you'll play the same game. You can even, if you win a stick, use a stick to help you lift another stick. Now, if these sticks are too long for you, you can always trim them a little bit, but ask Mom or Dad to help. They're very easy to bend or break. Can you see that? But when you do that, do you notice how there's all kinds of little bits on the end? Be sure that they're all broken the same size. Well, you can just take a pair of scissors and you can just trim them. And they trim up real nice and easy. Real perfect. Can you see that? That's nice. Then they're a little bit smaller, and maybe it'd be easier for you to play with if you're having trouble with the tall sticks. And try the game again. Now for some added fun, what if you took some of the sticks and what if you colored the tips of them? Can you collect all the same color? Can your partner collect the same color that they might want to choose? That's a variation of the game. While you're playing, hopefully you have that cake that's cooking in the oven, or those cupcakes, or that homemade fresh bread that Mom made. You gotta have some kind of snack. I'm gonna have a snack. There's my cupcake. Oh man, I need more whipped cream than that. Well, my birthday is coming up. Whoa. Hey, I need a birthday hat for my birthday. All right, enjoy. Have fun playing action, reaction, and don't forget to do this chemical reaction. Hey, take a picture. Maybe you might want to send it to Leif or send it to me. I'd love to see how it worked out for you. Bye!
I know you had some fun with those chemical reactions, and we thank you so much for tuning in for this episode of LAEF TV. Remember to smash the subscribe button on our YouTube channel so that you're alerted to every episode as soon as it comes out. And we can't wait to see what you're up to, so please post photos and videos using the hashtag LAEFTV. Thanks for tuning in, and it is our mission to bring you these episodes every day of the school closures to bring some fun and some joy into your household. So thanks again for tuning in.